Hello everybody, this is God on .com on YouTube with a shout out to the big boob that screwed it up, Satan and all his horde. Just like to remind folks, fuel prices may soar and happy Christmas. Sales specials should be good this year. Now if you want proof to poop your pants that I'm the real Jesus Christ, just remember only one person could ever define Revelations, and I figured it all out. Look at the English alphabet and you will see a block breakdown to show the family tree correlation based on my mother's side to the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth I, daughter of the Bowen sisters. A is for Alpha and Omega is for Z. So if A blocks out by itself as the first letter, then B, C, D, E, F stands for Brothers of Christ, Disciples of the Eternal Fire. Now that's 5. There's 5 boys in my family. I'm the 7th child, Michael, and I have 7 sisters, 7 seas, 7 continents, 7 spirits, and 7 churches, as in Revelations. Michael's the Archangel in the Book of Jude, who basically fights over the body of Moses, which is the bloodline and the family tree of Jesus Christ, King David. And if you think about it, when the 5 letters block out like that, Brothers of Christ, Disciples of Eternal Fire, then that's 5 letters, so that's 6 letters total. Then you have G for the 7th letter. Excuse me. G for the 7th letter, which stands for God. Now then you have 2 references to the Holy Trinity. Now remember, if Jesus' second coming, and there's 3 in the Holy Trinity, and the Holy Trinity is basically the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, then the Son is Jesus, so that's the second. Jesus has already been here. And Jesus' number is 33, and so if Father is God, then God's number is 33. So that's 33, 33, which is 66. Now, that's 66 probable true. Now, the third would be Arcangel Michael, the beast slayer, comes to slay the beast. So that would be the third of the Holy Trinity. Now, if Jesus' number is 33 and God's number is 33, then that's equal. So Jesus must be God, as in Jesus, like Zeus, Lord God. They hid that the truth about Jesus being God, because Jesus means God of God, as in Jehovah. Jah. So Jah means God, Ho means of, and Ah is early language for God, God of gods. Jesus, or Jesus, is God's God, or God of God. God's God. So Jesus is God also. So if those 2 are equal, and then the third is the Holy Trinity, then Michael the Archangel, the guardian of the Ark of the Covenant, the bond between God and man, would and is God, 7th son. So I have 11 siblings. If 5 of them are boys, and 4 brothers, that's 4 winds in the Revelations. That's 4 elements that would make the 7th son the 5th element, which is the Spirit of God, or the Almighty power of God. So this is also true, so just hang in there. G is the 7th letter, like I said, of the alphabet, which stands for God, and then there are 3 references to the Holy Trinity. H is for heaven, I is for intellect, as in Revolution number 9 of the mind. J is for Jesus, which stands for Jesus, of course, and J is the 3rd letter up from G. Now, if you think about it, in the Book of Jude, even the Jewish people are starting to believe it is a reference to the body of Moses' bloodline in the Holy Grail. KLM is 3 more letters, which M for Michael is the 13th. 13 is 12 tribes plus 1, as in 13 original colonies. I was born on January 7th, the 7th child, in 1964. If you add 50 states, 50 American states, to 1914, which in 1914, as defined in Watchtower and Awake of spring 1972, was the year that marked the end of the reign of the beast. Some discoveries to find out how to destroy the beast. So 1964 I was born. So 1914 plus 50, 50 states, 13 original colonies, 12 tribes plus 1. K, L, M. So L is 12, so the love of the 12. And K is Kurtz, last name of Kurtz. And Z is the last letter of the name Kurtz. So Alpha and Omega. So you have so many coincidental factors right there. There's a high probability that's true just based on that analogy alone. But the bloodline and the DNA of the family tree prove that I'm G, God of the Masonic Temple, and Supreme Judge of the world. I'm an electronic hostage right now in Mexico, Tapachula, Mexico, exposing this to the world. It's going to basically shock so many people. We don't want any suicides if you see this. So just don't forget. And I gotta check the timeline.
Disculpa.
And if you want to, okay, here we go. And to continue on, this is real. I've been beat down, raped, and actually murdered a few times, and I've been brought back. Electronic hostage by the electronic security contractors. Yeah, it's over there. By electronic security contractors in the United States, which have been using satellite surveillance to watch the cocaine go from the crop to the user, and only been telling about the little cocaine deliveries and keeping the big cocaine deliveries secret for their private security police, which are not even police, some of them. Some of them are, some of them military. They bust the big dope after it gets sold, so they collect the money, like in the Noriega fiasco, because Noriega didn't want to play their game, so they basically took him out so they could route through there. And if you think about it, satellite's been in space for a long time, and they've been watching the cocaine go from the crop to the user, but they haven't been, exposing. I mean, why don't they stop the cocaine at the crop? I mean, they're working with the DEA at Columbia. The satellite security people, contractors that get money from the Senate and Congress, all these people know how it works. So what they do is they basically threaten the Colombians and Peruvians and Bolivians if they don't produce cocaine. They're going to wipe out their villages, because they started spraying their plants and their fields for food to where they could grow coffee or some other commodity with like DTA or whatever that stuff is, or Agent Orange or whatever, and they started exfoliating the countryside. So they also killed a lot of people down there. Some of them wanted out of the game because they were tired of getting used. So then they would roll in and call them drug cartels and then murder them. And then they also go after some of them just so they can get appropriation money for some of their cops, to lace their cops into law enforcement, to keep an eye on what's going on in the law enforcement agencies, the different precincts and stuff. So if anybody caught wind of what was going on, they could squelch it. So these same private contractors of the satellite surveillance basically are the ones who got in an electronic hostage situation. My friends can't even get near me. If you look at Bjork, the singer, she's got the same tattoo I've got. And it's basically 8 Gates of Heaven. I'll show you real quick right here. It's the 8 Gates of Heaven. I've got it on my right leg, on the back calf. She's got it on her left arm. They're threatening to kill her and some other pop stars, and then even George Lucas and Steven Spielberg and Francis Ford Coppola, their family members, and people like that, if they even come near me, because of the evidence that we've got to put all them away. So hopefully these people understand that as I out all this information as Supreme Judge of the world and G as the Masons, there's nothing, they can't kill me. If they kill me, the Masons are going to wipe every neo-Nazi Fifth Reich white supremacist out. And that's basically who the security contractors are. Some are Blackwater, that one in San Diego that got busted. A lot of these security people found out what's going on, that I'm the real Jesus Christ return, so they're coming back on our side. So as this gets exposed, it's getting worse and worse. So the fight, and the people that killed a lot of people on the security details, security agencies and contractors, the U.S. law enforcement and military, basically they're about to get run on. So all the senators that gave the money for the satellite construction, what they do is they build the satellites out of taxpayer dollars. Then they only give the images they want. Then they take the big dope money bust and make it a covert space program. They wanted to build a space program and rule the universe for like some intergalactic Star Wars crap. Which Luke Skywalker is another film about the duality of the insanity that was instilled through the Project Monarch signed letter in 1965 by LBJ. My brother, my firstborn brother, is JFK, James Francis Kurtz. James Francis Kurtz is in reference to James, is also referenced to